Well, guys, welcome back. Second video today by accident. I had another video earlier which I've taken down. This is the second time this month has happened, so I don't have good luck this month with my videos. But I was trying to do a different video on trading indicators, and I found one that I thought was like really solid, and it looked like it was very consistent. Turns out when I posted it and after I asked some other people like, hey, tell me what you guys think. I don't day trade, I don't swing trade, but this indicator looks really like spot on. One guy who wrote in was like, yeah, it looks really good, but it looks like that they are repainting, meaning I guess that they like the signal moves around and changes after the fact. So sure enough, it looks like it did. I checked it out today and it wasn't as good as I thought. So cut that video out. Now I got to drop this video today because I'm trying to do one video a day for X amount of days straight. So second video, let's do this. So today, or this video, what I'm going to talk about is a coin called Wax, or it's actually a token called Wax. It just got bumped to the second page. It was on the first page for a bit, and now it's on the second page. It's trading at 30 cents at the moment, with about a 7.2 million in volume, almost 500 million circulating supply, and about 1.8 billion in total supply. The markets, they got quite a few on here between Upbit, Bittrex, I never know how to pronounce that one, CoinFalcon, let's see, KuCoin, not on Binance, but I like KuCoin. I like, Bittrex isn't bad either as far as just a function of volume and a lot of eyeballs out there. So quite a few different exchanges, which is nice because you have options then from that standpoint. As always, I like to go into the social side of things and see their metrics. August 2017 is when they actually created this particular Twitter page. They have about 13,900 followers, which in a second you'll see here, and I'll go into more explanation about it. I'm actually surprised it's that low. I would have thought it would have been higher. Sorry, my dog's making noise. So yeah, it's a little bit lower than I expected on that side of things. The Telegram group, 4,300, it seemed fairly active. I just kind of skimmed it quickly. I didn't actually interact myself with it, but it seemed fairly, interactive like most Telegram groups are. That's where a lot of people do hang out. Oh, and I meant to actually pull up their Reddit page. Let me do that real quick. I will show you. Because if I remember correctly, yeah, so they don't have very many people on the Reddit page, but they're super active as far as the people that are on there. 1451 total amount of readers on there, and you got 1439. That's almost 100% of the whole entire community is on right now. So that's kind of crazy. I mean, these Redditors are passionate, so that's a good thing to see. I never think that's a bad thing when the community itself is online interacting. So Wax, what is Wax? Well, Wax is an acronym and it stands for Worldwide Asset Exchange. Safe, secure, fast. It's a global decentralized marketplace for virtual assets. There is a video that they have, and I'm not going to go into the video. Let's see here. So this is going to explain in words roughly what Wax is. Decentralized platform that enables anybody to operate fully functioning virtual marketplace. Zero investment in security, infrastructure, payment processing. Developed by the founders of OpSkins. I used to think that was OP Skins. That's kind of how I would have said it as a gamer, but apparently it's OpSkins. I watched the video, it says OpSkins. So OpSkins, which is the world's leading marketplace for online video game assets. Wax is designed to serve 400 plus million online players who are already collected, buy, and sell in-game items. So real quick, I'm going to go over here, and this is OpSkins. Now, what's nice to see is right here, this front banner, you can tell they're already promoting and pushing Wax, which is good given the fact that their traffic, and this is just an estimate, is consistently between 10 million and now it's at 12.8 million. At the highest, it was almost at 17 million. So that means every single month, millions upon millions of people who have nothing to do with crypto have just now been exposed to cryptocurrency, this Wax token, and on this tab here, also the exact same thing. So 2 of their 4 slides are immediately into crypto. Even down here, you got the crypto kitties. So, excuse me, that to me is a big thing because the exposure is something I find that a lot of these tokens and coins that maybe have a good concept can't do well at that. So you might have like a great development team, but really sucky marketing team, or really good marketing team, but maybe a crappy concept, So I always like to see if there is a marriage there that's very good. So they do have, some visibility, which is why I said it's a little bit weird that their Reddit page didn't have more subscribers and their Twitter page didn't have more, even though they are new. I can't say that they're not new given the fact, from the time frame, but I would have assumed that they would have been a little bit more. Just so you know, here too, and this is the first I've heard of OpSkins, but apparently it's powered by Steam. It's a Valve Corporation, trademark Valve Corporation. So I'm assuming this is owned by Steam, given this, which that's a big deal. I mean, Steam's huge. If you know anything about Steam, Steam's big. Let me go back here. So Wax tokens, what it is, they harness the power of the blockchain technology, because the Wax tokens are a utility token that allow virtual goods and not just for use in video games to easily be tokenized and exchanged for cryptocurrency. So basically, they're taking. Here, let me scroll down to this part here. So this explains like the Wax ecosystem and how everything is used. So you have 5 different parts here. You have the store owner, which would be and operate your virtual item marketplace. Now, to kind of give you my opinion real quick on this, I think that in some way, shape, or form, this is going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. If you look at all the different video games over the last, 10 years, I mean, this whole entire virtual item like purchasing for real money, now for fake money, now for crypto, tokens, etc. It's something that seems to be booming and people really want. They will pay money. Look at League of Legends. They will pay money for those skins. Like, they will pay the money. So definitely from a business model standpoint, I think there's some value here for sure. Operate your own virtual item marketplace. So I'm assuming that, myself could create some type of marketplace with my own virtual items and sell. Wax enables a new generation of virtual asset traders, similar to how earlier online marketplaces enable entrepreneurs become power sellers. What's the guild? A guild oversees the markets for your, individual games. So you can start or join a guild that's self-governed and oversees transactions specifically for a favorite game or a game server and receive rewards for your involvement. So in some way, shape, or form, you're going to receive that token for the involvement for the transactions. Ensure transactions are valid and secure. So I would imagine the transfer agent is kind of maybe like a node setup situation, sort of. I would kind of maybe tie that into that. By reviewing and facilitating transactions, that's what nodes typically do. Wax members can earn significant fees. With more fees earned, there will be more tokens available for using and accessing the entire ecosystem. So again, just like all nodes, you're getting an incentive reward for validating transactions. They have a delegated proof of stake rather than proof of work, which would make sense in this case. Get rewarded for your marketplace expertise. Wax members familiar with the assets and pricing for their favorite games can offer appraisal services to the marketplace in need of evaluation and verification services. I'm not going to lie, I don't technically understand that particular side of things, but again, it sounds like they're trying to really build this community where everybody's tied in and they're really trying to get involved and interact and then in return receive something, Wax in return for their time and effort. Asset creators, the last one, make and sell your own items. So, you can, whatever type of skin that you might create, you can sell that. Entrepreneurial designers and makers will be able to create virtual assets and offer them for sale in their individual marketplaces. So this is just your virtual online store, and this is a place that you can use to sell that. Here's kind of a diagram of how I guess they consider the flow to be. It's a global virtual item repository accessible to anybody that provides a complete catalog of all items available for sale in real time. So that would be your virtual store, providing users with access to a worldwide marketplace with all the advantages of blockchain technology. So I'd imagine it comes through, hits the smart contract, to the guild verifications, then it shoves into the blockchain, or the data goes into the block first. They're physically putting in that block and then putting into the chain of the blocks there. Feature partners, I don't know really why they did this. It's kind of frustrating. Like, I wanted to know, and I looked through the white paper and I couldn't really find like a list of the partners. I wish they would have just made it easier for me. So you got Banker, you got Jax, I think I saw in there, Kyber Network. I'd have to let it scroll through, but Salt. And I don't know specifically like how these partners are tied into this particular system and like what role they play, but apparently these are the I think it's scroll through everything now. These are the partners. All right. So you got 4 management team members. Just as I always say, I have a personal preference of about 6 or more. I used to say 5 or more, now 6 or more. So this to me is low. I don't personally like to see this. I did look up these guys through the Everpedia. I think that's how it's pronounced, Everpedia. The CEO, he had worked for multiple companies and helped out, apparently, according to the article, multiple cryptocurrencies, invested in them prior to, now, a couple years back, etc. I think he had worked with Disney. This guy here is an avid video gamer and a self-taught programmer. I forgot what he had done, and I mean, each one had their own little expertise, but I wish this was more. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of, I guess, if I had to start picking negatives, I wish there was more to this team. Now, if the if the Opskins is truly tied to Valve and they have connections with Valve, then that's a huge partnership right there. And so I could see this, going far. The concept makes sense as far as the digital or virtual assets. But this side of things, I would like to see a lot more. And I went over to the GitHub too, and it's just kind of dead. And I don't know why. It's very just, there's really not much here. This guy wrote on January 20th, a month ago, any progress can you post when you have a product that is ready to use? So I don't know really what's happening per se. They are apparently going to all these events. So you got an event that's already occurred, event that's coming up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more events that they will be attending. Quite a few actually, 3, 5 in March. So apparently in March they're heavily traveling or going around to different events. But I don't really see much after that. They did this this audit to check their smart contracts apparently. I guess it could use QuantStamp maybe. So apparently this audited the Wax token audit and gave out these no medium, high. There was a let's see. So I'm assuming that there was no low severity either because, or maybe there was, but see how it says like no high, no medium, and it doesn't say anything here. But I don't know if this is part of the low or not. So I don't know. I guess they're trying to say like, hey, look, like we've scrubbed it. It's okay. So over to the white paper. It's 44 pages worth of, it goes through everything else just like we just talked about. And I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? You're basically, you have virtual items that you're selling, you Wax tokens, and you can trade, and, it's all virtual currency, and you can gain virtual currency by, having nodes to, cover transactions or check transactions, etc. So none of this is really new when it comes to other crypto type stuff. The sector that they're in, I like for sure. The roadmap here, so we're here. We're in testnet. I don't know if they have like a closed repository or like a different section where they're working on something to eventually come out to alpha development. I try to search on this white paper for the key term alpha development, MV beta, and then I just don't know what this roadmap entails, because I can't find any information. So it's just kind of, that's a little odd to me. I wish it wasn't the case, and I wish I could find more information on developers. So I hate doing negative reviews on anything per se, just because it's like, I'd rather, instead of completely just like throwing FUD out there all the time, I'd rather just find something that I'm passionate about, talk about it. And not to say I'm just like shilling every single coin I make a video on. I usually just try to find something that I'm intrigued by. It's first and foremost, I start with videos that like coins I just knew about, and then I start to go into coins like, all right, well, let me find a new one that I'm intrigued by. So again, tonight, this is the first time I've seen Wax a million times, because it used to be on the front page, saw it a bunch, didn't really pay that much attention, clicked on it, went through, and I was like, oh, I really like this concept, but I have to hold every single coin and token to the same standard that I hold the other ones. So when it comes to that, I have to give them a downward grade for I wish this team was bigger. Or if their team is bigger, I want to see it. Like I wish there was, who else is developing it? Is it just this guy that's developing it? I don't know. I wish that the roadmap was way more specific. I don't understand what the alpha stage means. I don't understand what the MVP beta, or I think it was MVP, where'd it go? Yeah, MVP beta means. And maybe it is somewhere in here, but I couldn't find it. Like I said, I can't even find the other word beta anywhere else in here. So I guess my overall viewpoint of this particular token is this. The space itself is really good. I think it's very, very good, and it makes sense. It completely makes sense to me. I said for years with my friends, like, why doesn't Steam create their own cryptocurrency and in-game virtual currency? And this kind of is basically it, is the way I kind of look at it. I mean, I guarantee there's other stuff, but this kind of makes sense. And if it is truly tied to Valve and Steam on OpSkin, then that's, again, you have a solid backer. They're huge. They've been around forever. They've solidified their space into that particular sector and industry. So they're not going to be pushed out anytime soon unless they make some crazy, stupid mistake. Again, so I like the concept. I just wish the team was bigger. I wish the roadmap was way more specific. I wish the feature partners was a little bit wasn't floating. So to me personally, I'm hesitant right now at this very minute to go further into myself as far as, I'm not a financial advisor, but, I'm going to wait before I put something to back financially in this myself. I'm probably going to have to do some more research maybe and dig deeper into the Telegram group, because usually that's maybe where I'll find some more data. Again, I always get back to I would rather them tell me the data on the website. Yes, I want you to hold my hand on the website and feed it to me here, rather than have to go through Reddit and go through Twitter and Telegram and search all this stuff. Yes, I understand that is a place to find things, and I could go through all that. But really, if I'm just learning about this thing, I want to learn as much as I possibly can right here. So that's kind of my overview of it. Love the concept, but I got some reservations about it. Not to say that they can't pull it off. They haven't painted the picture for me personally that they're going to move at the pace and the style that I want them to. So with that being said, I would love to get some feedback from you guys on what you think of the platform. If there's some information that I've missed, because I guarantee I miss stuff all the time. And tell me, if there's a critical key thing that definitely would be beneficial to know for this particular token. And I'll definitely if it's something major, I'll definitely pin it in one of the comments below and my YouTube channel. That way people can see right away when they watch the video. Again, I'm not trying to totally downplay and spread FUD. I would like to see different things based on how I analyze tokens and coins. And so yeah, that's it. So thanks guys. Thanks for watching.